Hey guys, welcome back to Chit Chat Tuesdays. I'm Krystal, and today we are going to be talking about body image and women's unrealistic expectations of how we should look, and others' unrealistic expectations of how women should look. It is so hard nowadays to not feel insecure about something on your body. Whether it be your waist size, your boob size, your butt size, your size in general, whether you think you're too skinny or you think you're too big, whatever it is, I can guarantee you that almost every woman has some sort of insecurity. And now one woman may look at another woman's insecurity and say, that's just silly. You're just being stupid. We're not here to downplay anyone's insecurities or anything like that. What I'm saying is one woman might be beautiful to someone, the perfection, but they may be insecure about their body. They may be insecure about the way they look, and that other people will look at them and say, "How? Why?" Because you're perfect, but to you they are. To them, they may not be. So, let's talk about body image. I feel like as long as I can remember from the time I was a child, body image has been a thing. You hear about it in magazines, on the radio, on TV, here, there. Women's bodies are over-sexualized everywhere. That's just my personal opinion. I don't feel like we do this to men as often. You don't hear people talking about men the way they talk about women, and that's just my personal opinion. You may have a different one. I'm just here to talk about kind of like body image and the way things have changed, because when I was younger, stick thin, size 0, no meat on your bones, no fat, none of that, was it. All the models, stick thin, tiny, almost disappear. They were so small. And then as time goes on, you see now there's a totally different representation about what beauty is to society as far as a woman's body. Now women want to have the Kim K booty, and they want to have an hourglass figure, and we've got waist trainers, and we've got butt pad underwear, or the underwear with the cutouts on the butt that make your butt cheeks stick out. We've got all of these different enhancements. We've got, breast enhancements have been around forever, and I really feel like that's more of a personal preference. If you like big boobs, odds are you've looked into breast implants. I have had big boobs. I personally don't like having them. Do they look great on other people? Yeah, they do. They look great. But I don't like having big boobs. I don't like dealing with boobs, because I had C cups, a full C in high school, and I just remember all the guys and their comments, and it just no, I don't like having bigger boobs. When I was pregnant and I breastfed, I got up to a D, and I like having smaller boobies. Do I wish they were up higher? Yeah. Body image, insecurity, because it's not in to have droopier boobs that have breastfed 2 children. That's not sexy to society. You know what I mean? When are we going to make everybody is beautiful? You don't have to be a certain size. Your boobs don't have to be perky. You can have stretch marks. You can have cellulite. You can have big thighs. You can have a big butt. You can be shaped like SpongeBob. I don't have a lot of curves. I'm kind of straight up and down. I am not a curvy girl. Is that an insecurity of mine? Yeah. I would love to have an hourglass figure. I would love that. But you know what I mean? I don't have a lot of curves to my body. I just don't. That's just how it is. It's been like that since I can remember. But it's just the pressure to look a certain way, especially if you are big on social media or YouTube or something like that. There's always someone there to critique something. Or, on the same hand though, there's always that creepy guy that's there to give you a compliment or something like that. So that thanks, creepy guys. I'm just kidding. No, stop that. But what do you feel? How do you feel about body image? What's something you're insecure about on your body? Share it down below so we can all just kind of relate, because I feel like sometimes you feel like you're kind of on an island alone and you're the only one that feels a certain way, and you're not. There are so many people that feel similarly to you that may have the exact same insecurity. I have always been insecure about my nose. I think it's big. I always have. I've always thought I had a big nose. Would I get a nose job? No. One, because I'm not paying for that. Two, because I would be terrified that it would be worse, not better. So I'm here, I'm living with my nose, but it's very, very hard to look at yourself in the mirror and say, no, I'm not going to give in to my insecurities. I'm not going to give in to that little voice that says I'm not enough, I'm not good enough, I'm not this, I'm not that. I'm beautiful the way I am. I accept myself. I love myself. That is very important. That is very important to look at yourself. And if you start to nitpick a certain part of your body, look at another part of your body that you really do enjoy. You know what I mean? If you don't like your boobs, but you love your butt, instead of dwelling like, oh, I hate my boobs, look at your booty. Look at your booty, girl, and say, I love that booty. My booty is great. You have to pep talk yourself, okay? You do. Also, if you have a significant other that does not pep talk you and make you feel like you are the baddest bitch, maybe it's time to rethink your significant other. Because anytime I ever speak negatively about a part of my body, my husband is quick to jump in and be like, no, lies. And I mean, it helps a lot. It helps a lot to have a cheerleader in your corner that's like, no. You may not like it, but there are people out there that do find it attractive, that do think you're beautiful, that you're great. And it's also important to remember, not everyone is you're not going to be everyone's cup of tea. Okay? Because I can look at someone and think, wow, she is the most beautiful person on the planet. And you might look at them and be like, not really. Everybody has a different type. Everybody's into different things. So when you're scrolling your Instagram feed, what you see as the ideal vision of perfection may be like bleh to other people. So that's why I'm saying, don't try to fit in to a cookie cutter version of what a woman should look like. Believe me, if you scroll through Instagram long enough and you go to different online boutiques, you're going to start seeing replicas of the same person. And then it becomes a lot less special and a lot less attractive when everyone looks the same. You know what I mean? God didn't make us all to look the same. He made us all different for a reason, because life would be boring if everybody looked the same. I don't want to look like everyone else. There were times when I thought I did, I was like, oh, I want that. I want to look like that. You see someone getting attention and you're like, oh, I want that. No, you don't. No, you don't. You don't. Be you. Be proud of you. Especially, I want to say this, if you have daughters or sons, if you have kids in general, don't speak poorly about yourself, especially in front of your children, because they're going to start talking to themselves the same way they hear you talk to yourself. It can be something that is inherited through just hearing it and being around it a lot. And I feel like body image and certain disorders of the eating variety come hand in hand. They go together. And you don't want to facilitate that in young children. And don't think just because you have boys that they can't be caught up in the same things that women and girls can be caught up in. Goodness gracious, my kids are slamming doors. Disregard that if you could hear it. I'm so sorry. But you don't want to facilitate those thoughts. You want to teach your children to, and I'm hoping if enough of us teach these younger generations to love who they are, love how they look, accept who they are, be proud of themselves, hold themselves high with confidence, that this unrealistic expectation of what a body should look like will become extinct. And it is starting to look that way because so many websites, instead of labeling sizes as plus size, they are coming up with more empowering terms to label it. And how about this? The size of your pants and the size of your shirt don't mean a thing about how you are as a person. That's what really matters. Who you are as a person. Are you a good person? Do you share love and light? Or are you terrible and you make people feel worse after they encounter you? Like, that's the most important thing, in my opinion. Rather than, and am I saying that I don't like to put on makeup and fix my hair and put on a sexy outfit and hear my husband say, "Woo, I love it"? Of course I do. Everyone loves that boost of confidence and everyone deserves that. Everyone. No matter the size. That's my point. I'm sorry this is seeming a little bit more preachy and soapboxy, but this is a topic that really gets to me because I grew up as a kid that at one point was a little bit like chubby. And I remember people would say to me or to my mom in front of my face, "Oh my gosh, she's bigger than you are." Yes. Thank you. Appreciate that. That just like in my young adolescent brain said to me, I'm too big. I'm too big. Because my mom was an adult and I was bigger than her, so I should be smaller. And that's not a healthy way of thinking. And if I can protect one little girl out there from feeling the way I did as a kid, then I've done my job. One little girl, if I can keep her from feeling like that. Because that's not what it's all about. Do you know what I mean? Like, I was so worried about what other people thought. I didn't even stop to think about what I thought about myself. What I liked about myself. I didn't even change my mindset to think like that until I became an adult. That's sad, and I don't want my daughter, my son, or any other kid to grow up worried more about what everybody else is thinking about them as far as their appearance. That's not the most important thing in the world. And so just leave me down below. Anytime you've been body shamed, anytime you've seen other people be body shamed, some positive things that you've seen that are going on now to be more inclusive and to make everybody feel like we're all beautiful. You know what I mean? Because we are. I love the fact that I'm starting to see brands that aren't just putting stick thin women in their clothing and their lingerie. We are seeing curvy girls, and there are so many women that they're gorgeous, and these opportunities would not have been there for them 10, 15, 20 years ago. They would have been like, no, never. Nobody wants to see that. Yeah, we do. I do. I love seeing models that are closer to my body type, that look more like me in clothing. I am 100% more likely to buy something if I see somebody that I can relate to in it. That's why I like doing try-on hauls and clothing hauls, so I can show you guys what it looks like on a normal woman that may have cellulite or a roll here or there. You know, I've had a baby, I've got a mom pooch, my boobs are a little bit droopier than normal. Like, I just want to show you what things look like on a normal body, on a everyday woman. So I love you guys. Go ahead, share a compliment. In the comments down below, I want you to name someone that you love and give them a compliment. They may never see it, but just say something kind down below. I love you guys. I will see you next Tuesday. Bye.